So Clyde and Napoleon were fighting over this ice pack. It's summer, so obviously it gets really warm. Chinchillas have to stay cool, and we don't have central AC, so something I've always done besides putting like tiles in the fridge for them is I have those big ice packs you put in the cooler, and I put fleece over them and safety pin them together, and they sit on top of them. So I need to buy 2 more because they weren't sharing today. Poe is over here, but I decided, it occurred to me, I have a bunch of popsicle sticks I found when I was cleaning and reorganizing my art room, and Clyde loves popsicle stick bird toys, they're his favorite. So I just gave him one, and this is what he's already done with it. Oh, Penelope.
Making that weird sound again.
He's completely destroyed it. Now on to the Penelope channel. Penel. Did you sound again? You done singing? She was singing last night, it woke me up. And then we've got Poppin. Don't be rude. And we've got Sibine. And we've got Scrubby. I just cleaned them today and you would never know because they've made a mess. So I've brought up this random tackle box I have of tiny Barbie pieces like sleeves and socks, etc. Before I bagged my doll clothes, this is where I put them all, and most of these things are unidentified, but when I was going through checking for something, I realized that some of these pieces I probably know what they are, or I definitely know what they are. These are my childhood Shakira dolls stockings, which I don't have the doll anymore, but I have all of her smaller pieces, and some of these things need to be washed because, like I said, I've had this container since I got back into collecting, and I know that not all of this stuff was properly cleaned. So I took all of those little gloves and socks and tiny bits and bobs, and I decided to wash them because, like I said, I put things in that container back in like 2011. That was one of the first orders of business, and I didn't wash everything back in those days. And because I was so bad at doing doll laundry, I didn't figure out the safe way to do it until, I don't know, 2014. Not everything got washed. And this water, this stuff just got put in here, and look, the water is already brown. So this is all the unidentified stuff that's gonna get bagged. I'm not gonna put it back in the sorter. I'm gonna use the organizer for accessories later. And then this is all the stuff that is identified. And I also put some of my doll's clothes in here. Western Stampin' Barbie. This is my doll from this guy named Bob that bought my dad's toy trucks back in 2013. I have a whole Dolly Tales episode actually on this, a lot of dolls. But anyways, I've had her since 2013, and parts of what she was wearing I've had since I was a kid, and I got those used. So I was like, I don't remember if I washed those. And I'm gonna probably crimp her hair later. So that's why she's out here naked, and in that towel on the table out there is Generation Girl Chelsea. She had a really weird stain on her neck, on her face, and she was up for sock comparison, and I decided just to wash her clothes. Anyways, I do plan to give Barbie a bath and re-crimp her hair, and just to show you how well like crimps you put in last, this is Colleen's phone skipper named Anne, who's on the wrong body because hers broke when we were kids. I did these crimps, I don't know, a year or two ago, and they still look perfect, and she's been in and out of storage, in and out for photos, so I think she could use that. So I'm about to do a mini doll spa day. We have some old dolls, some new dolls. This is the African American Collection 2nd edition, Asha. She's actually a flea market find from today. She was boxed, but check out this box here. It's disgusting. I can't even tell what fiber it is, but it feels absolutely gnarly. And even if it looked nice, I'd still boil wash her because I just have to. And then this is Dino Rockin' Party Ceratops Tella. She actually came earlier in the week, but I didn't get around to doing her hair. It actually looks really nice, but it feels kind of greasy, and I'm figuring I'm probably going to have to flat iron it just so it doesn't get frizzy. And then I showed her in an earlier clip, but this is my Western Stampin' Barbie, my first one from Bob that I got back in 2013, and her outfit got laundered and I'm gonna crimp her hair, so I just figured why not give her a spa day. And this is my Generation Girl Chelsea that I got at the flea market in 2011. She was up here for stain removal, as I mentioned earlier, and now that she's back in, I'm gonna wash her face really good, and I'm going to do her hair too, because why not? And I thought I'd show you Asha's hair after, because it looks a lot nicer. It's actually saran, but you couldn't tell because it was so bad. This is Western Stampin' Barbie with her hair all crimped. It looks very like defined right now, and it sits kind of funny, but Anne's over here because her outfit's getting washed, but you see it kind of like fluffs up a little bit with time, but it still keeps really nice in storage. So once she's had the crimp set for a while, they'll look a little more natural. Generation Girl Chelsea's hair is also really shiny. So I'm about to wash Colleen's new Molly piece of furniture. So it's hard to see, but I have some homemade laundry detergent in here and a touch of Gain just so it smells good, and I'm going to mix it with water. Before I touch this with any kind of a wet solution, I want to vacuum these seats. Colleen got this today for $10. Step 2, I'm going to wipe down all of these plastic frame pieces because they're dusty. This was stored in someone's basement. So I'm going to take this rag, and this is just Mr. Clean mixed with water. It's really like one of the few cleaning solutions I use. I try not to use a lot of chemicals. Then I'm going to take my solution and this little scrubby brush. And I'm just going to scrub it into the seats. I could have used my carpet steamer for this too, but I figured it would soak the fabric a lot. And finally, I'm going to take a damp rag, a different one than the one I used to clean the plastic. It's damp, and I'm just going to wipe off the excess solution. As you know, you don't want it to be sticky or anything. That's why it's really diluted. So this is what Molly's seats look like, all cleaned. I was photographing them, and you can tell that they don't want to lay flat on their own. They automatically spring back up, so I had to use a strategic placement of putty to get one side to stay down in the photo. but they are quite a bit cleaner looking. And if you're wondering how I dried them, because they fold up, I laid it down with like this end facing the fan. So Colleen's room is kind of a mess right now because I'm making room for these movie theater seats. I put away Molly's chrome table and chairs because there's just not enough room for all of them, and in the little space over here we thought that the new chairs would fit better anyways. Colleen actually looked into buying this set on eBay before, but we never found one that was like quite cheap enough. You can't go wrong for $10 in the flea market. Anyways, so I have my vacuum in here and all of that because I decided this area gets really dirty for some reason, even though I'm in here vacuuming and wiping things down constantly, and Colleen has bad allergies. So I thought, okay, when I need to wipe down all the dolls, lint roller them, shake out all the bedding. I do wash this occasionally, but you don't want to overwash them either. And I moved the bed, I moved Colleen's desk, I vacuumed, I wiped down the walls and the baseboard over here because all the dust goes this way in the room. So yeah, there's a ton of cat hair in here, and I had an empty tank before I started. So everyone is back where they're supposed to be. Colleen did put the guinea pig cage away because it was cluttering up the bed and it was driving me crazy to clean it, because when dust gets inside it, it's kind of a pain. So hopefully Oliver won't bother her guinea pig. And I decided to lean her up against the desk instead of the bed because that might keep her a little bit cleaner. And the top of the bed is actually resting a bit on their heads, because no matter what I seem to do to fix it, I glued it, I've used like special putty, it's always been like that since Colleen was a kid, so it should be fine. And then this is the new chairs. They look so comfy, takes up less space than the table. And I decided to move Rebecca over here because every day when I make Colleen's bed, I feel like the back of her hair gets messed up, even when I tuck it in the chair. So I moved old Molly over here. So Colleen got Molly's theater seats, which was very exciting for her, but I got Girl of the Year clothes. As you can see, they're modeled on some of my random dollies. So we have Kanani's meat dress. This was $5, which was a little more than I would have liked to have paid for one piece, but I do love Kanani, and I've thought about getting her many times, so I couldn't resist her meat dress. And these are Jess's meat shoes. These are the earrings I made to go with it. I got these like huge sunflower shaped beads in one of those big cheap $5 tubs from Walmart I showed in my last Dolly Diaries episode. And then this is what I was making with the lei, which I don't know where that lei came from, to be honest with you. Colleen brought it home from work for something, and I saved it for crafting. But I attached it actually using UV resin to this clip, which I have a bunch of these clips. when I was in cosmetology school, we got tons of these for roller sets and pin curls, and I now use them for my dolls. And then in the middle here, this is a mold that I made out of UV resin, and inside, it's hard to see, but they're little tiny clay flowers that I bought at Michael's on clearance for $5. It was like, I'll show you. You see all these little tubs? They each have little shapes in them, and I got all of those for $5 in a pack together at Michael's. We have the lovely Miss Gabriella modeling Kanani's Beach set, which unfortunately I thought I grabbed the shorts to this, but I actually grabbed bottoms to an American Girl Place exclusive swimsuit. Made some pretty simple bubbly type earrings to go with these, but I think that this color looks amazing on Gabby. And I also tried to neaten up her curls using gel and retwisting them, but I'm probably gonna have to like condition her again soon and comb through them. And then Claire is wearing Chris's meat dress, which ironically, I've had Chris's meat underwear for years. I just couldn't figure out if they were or weren't Chris's because the decal peeled off. They're definitely Chris's. I've done some more extensive research, and I was about to photograph them ironically, and then we happened to find this at the flea market. This was I think $3. She has perma panties on, so. And then these are shoes from the Shimmer and Lace outfit that I've had for years. And this is, you can see about the name bracelets, I made them all. They all have them, all of my contemporary girls. These are the little earrings I made. Again, these hearts came from one of those big tubs at Walmart for $5. So you can make some really cool things from really inexpensive beads. And then this is the large butterfly I made out of resin, and then you can see the confetti on the inside is exactly what I used for Kira's wildlife care outfit, her big hoop earrings. I had a ton of that confetti. I thought it would match the like pattern in her dress. It did take a lot of curing because this is such a huge piece, but this mold actually came from one of those kids art sets I found at Walmart on clearance in 2021. It was one of those like jelly resin kits for kids, and I got one of the sets for like $2 or $3, and I did try out the jelly resin, but it wasn't good for doll crafting because it gets sticky. But the molds were perfectly doll sized, and that's why I bought them. And I also thought I'd show you how spoiled my Kit doll is. So Kit is one of my like favorite childhood dolls. Like my specific doll means a lot to me, but a lot of her stuff I've found used. You can see she has 3 mini dolls, Be Forever Kit, which was a gift, and then the other 2 I've just found in the wild. You've probably seen them in videos. Her chicken came with her limited edition outfit, which I actually bought that on sale. And then Grace is what I found last weekend when we got some scrappier clothes at the flea market from a different seller. It's been a very American Girl past 2 weeks, and Grace was 5, and Colleen saw her on the table and was like, "Isn't this Kit's dog?" And I was so excited. I've always wanted Grace. This is one of the like newer versions of Grace that didn't have the party hat, I'm pretty sure. We have my bitty babies wearing, these were clothes from the flea market that I got last weekend, and I even got another bitty bear. Aren't they so cute? Billie Jean is wearing these Wild Things set overalls. She just had the overalls in the bag, but this was one of my favorite outfits as a kid that I almost saved my allowance for. And I got Bitty Lammy from this seller, which is so exciting because I work with sheep, so. And did you know Shelley means sheep in Irish? It's very fitting. Speaking of sheep, this is Minnie, not my son. I've showed him before. I think it was 2017. The people I work for, they went to Europe, and of course I was like in charge of all the farm chores that year. They brought this back with me, and I named him Nami-san because Nami-san is the oldest lamb there. He's not like, he serves no practical purpose. He's just a fixed male pet who's really friendly, and he's 13 this year, so I let Felicity have him. He used to be on my desk, but now Felicity has him.
So I just finished making another Dolly Diaries thumbnail. I'm assuming this is the one we're going to use for this episode, because I don't have any more saved. But I had several ideas for Dolly Diaries thumbnails, and I thought, oh well, I'll do the one with the American Girls in the pet shop. We got this great wildlife care outfit from Kira's collection when we got Kira, and her Adopt Don't Shop outfit, which it's like so cool and so animal themed. some months ago, a friend of mine from work gave me this, like, pet doctor thing. I was like, oh, well, that's perfect. So I decided to pick some dolls with some cool animals. Originally, I was going to do kind of what I did on the sleepover setup from the last episode, which is like, I stuck to mostly modern looking dolls. I mean, Courtney was thrown in, but, and she does look 80s, but, you know, she's not like Caroline in her little bonnet over here. But, you know, Shelly was talking about, oh, Kia has a horse, and I was like, yeah, we could do like an exotic pet store, an exotic American Girl pet store for dolls of all eras. So, of course, you know, Courtney and Parsley had a photobomb again, because I love Parsley. And then Kit just got Grace last week, and she had a chicken. So Kit was already going to be in this photo taking her chicken to the vet. And Amber's been in Gabriella's meat outfit for like literally forever. But she just looks so cool in it. Like my friend who gave me the pet parlor also gave me this hair extension. And Shelly made those earrings. And Amber just looks beyond cool. So I wanted kind of like, before I took her out of it, I wanted to have her in a photo. And because Coconut's technically her dog, I thought it was like a good excuse to have her photobomb in Gabriella's meat outfit, which she's been wearing way too long. It's just one of those things when you see it on a doll and you're like, you go to take it off and you're just like, I can't, because she just looks so darn good. Lindsay, obviously, is the inspiration of that photo, playing Pet Dr. Lindsay. And these paper accessories we got in a flea market bin of Barbies, I think, a million years ago. All Kirsten's kittens are thrifted. The nicer, darker looking set was given to me by my friend Lori, who found them in her travels and let me have them. And the lighter set, Shelly and I bought at a local flea market back when we got our Bitty Baby jelly, like from that seller. Hamster and the hedgehog food I got from the friend that gave me the pet parlor. And then these flower things just came with Shelly's childhood horse set. Kira obviously looks like she's voting for animal rights. She's an animal activist. Adopt, don't shop, she says. I had to explain to her why we had to buy Napoleon in a pet store. I'm not sure if she's convinced. Caroline has ink pot. She's a favorite of Shelly's, so I know she photobombs a lot, but she couldn't help myself because she looks so cute with her kitten. And then another one that we've seen a lot is Lainey, but I mean, come on, she's got a monkey. I had to sneak her in the photo. Kia has her pony. This is actually Kia's foal, Sparks Flying. He was another flea market find. Ink pot we bought off eBay. So yeah, very cool and very fun. So Shelly decided to clean up Peanut's cage today. She puts him in this big deep container that he can't get out of while she cleans. And the whole time he's just been like rocketing around trying to get out. He's so cute. Say hello, Shelly.
Hello.
You look like Cinderella.
Yes, I am the pet slave.
Say, Mommy, I don't want my cage clean. I want to be dirty.
It's actually a lot cleaner than Bonnie used to be. Bonnie wasn't like horrible, but Bonnie was a lot dirtier.
A big difference between Peanut and Bonnie is for some reason Oliver was much more interested in eating Bonnie. He's just laying over in the living room way back there.
He couldn't care less.
And he doesn't care. He doesn't want to eat you. I always tell him, don't eat my Peanut. So our weird hamster, this is the second day in a row he has come out during the day to kick dust first out of his bath and then all over there. He's kicking it out of the cage.
I don't know what he's doing. Don't bite my finger.
See, he's making a mess. Stubby little tail.
I mean, like, I know Bonnie used to kind of make that same kind of mess, but I don't remember her spastically coming up here and just flinging.
No, and you got it all over the tile. Hey, buddy. Hi.
Protesting he wants mealworms.
Hi. He's like, I will make your floor dirty if you don't get me mealworms.
I don't know how he's not fat from all the mealworms we give him. Stop.
Oh, he hears you, I think. He's excited.
Hey. Hey. Stupid. You see, I ripped that out of my hand.
Yes, so it got caught on tape. Yeah, that one's almost as big as you are, dude.
Yeah. It's actually gonna take him a minute to eat. Good, you don't need any more than that. He's so tiny yet fascinating.
Look at this mess. You just cleaned this cage.
No, I just deep cleaned him like a week ago.
You're a messy little man.
His face looks so funny.
It's so cute.
No, that's it. You've had enough, Chunky. Chunk light, no. No, he's gonna go back.
And that's
Flung
lovely.
that out really far, it hit me.
Oh my god, beat it.
So Colleen was just doing a few American Girl and cabbie outfit changes. Big Baby Martin's back in my favorite pair of Babyland overalls I got last year for Christmas. He was wearing the reindeer sleeper from this 1980s series. I believe they're 84. But his bald head just didn't work with the hood, it kept falling over. So she changed him, and then she changed Melody over there. But Nanea, as I was fixing her hair and putting her little cute school dress shoes on, I realized she's not wearing underwear. And this whole time she's been wearing her hula dress without underwear. I think it's because she wore her swimsuit before that, and you don't wear underwear with your swimsuit. So Colleen is about to straighten that out. Poor Nanea.
So I was retaking another old thumbnail. This one's for Dolly Diaries Sweet Skippers. And originally, Shelly had made over a whole bunch of my Skipper dolls and had just like kind of lined them up like it was an after photo with no before preceding it. For some reason, we'd had it on our list of retakes, maybe just because Shelly didn't like how plain it looked. I would have taken all the dolls and just put them against a fresh backdrop. The problem is, one of the dolls she used, and I didn't put her out here, I didn't put them all out, I just fit some that I thought looked cool, was my red-headed vintage Skipper. Well, because she has had a reroute since, I thought it didn't look like a true after shot at all, even against a fresh backdrop, because she doesn't even look like the same doll. She looks incredible. I mean, like, Shelly's recrimmed Anne's hair since that old video, but that's like a small thing, not something really noticeable. So instead I decided to put them in a scene, and Shelly suggested mall food court, which I always fantasized about my Skipper dolls being in a mall food court. So it was really tempting to use more dolls, but I just picked some that I thought were in cool outfits, which is why there's so many in Pet Pals fashions, because they're awesome. But a lot of these are actually my childhood dolls. Like, I've had her since I was a teenager. My Phone Fun Courtney, who I named Judy, I've had since I was a teenager. My two Phone Fun Skippers, Anne and Devin, I actually got them the same day when I was a teenager. They didn't have their outfits when I got them. This doll here, my one of my Beach Blast dolls, I've had her since I was a teenager. Probably one of these Pet Pals, I can't remember, I have so many Pet Pals. I want to say I've had this one since I was a teenager, the one who's wearing the right outfit but not the pants. And then, like, I've had this doll since like 2011. Oh, and this doll, this was actually our first Skipper size doll, Teen Time Courtney. I named this doll Daphne. So yeah, so a lot of these are really old dolls that I've just had forever. So I just thought it was kind of a cool idea to just use a bunch of my old dolls that had been featured in that old video, but just do something fresh and fun. Obviously, we didn't have the Gloria playset when Shelly filmed that original video, but that was a creative license. And I added our KidCore fast food fun tables because I wanted to set more dolls. I actually had a really hard time standing these two because they just weren't cooperative. Judy and Pajama Fun Doll were good. They didn't give me too much trouble, but these two just like, part of it is she's kind of like not in the best shape, and her hair is bigger than she is because she's so straight and rigid. This is a straight leg vintage skipper. She just wants to fall down. Now obviously I got carried away with some of this doll food. I mean, some of these dolls look like they're having a mukbang. It's a lot of doll food. I got really carried away. I just love doll food. It's like my favorite thing. So when Shelly said mall fast food court, she knew this was going to take me a couple hours.
So if you've been following me on Flickr, then you would know the past 2 years, Colin and I have made a lot of effort to find some cool KidCore dolls for our collection. KidCore, if you're wondering, was a clone brand from 1990 till I think 2008-ish. I actually was able to find the LLC info online for like when they first registered and then when they stopped. So KidCore dolls were something we were really interested in as kids. I'm sure you've seen KidCore Katie in like our As Told by Dolly's episodes. I thought I'd show this set because these dolls have really sweet artwork, and that's one of the reasons we were drawn to them when we were younger. So I found this set on eBay for not even $13, all said and done. That was including tax and shipping. These retailed for about $7 for these My Big Sister sets, and this is what got us into KidCore. We actually had this exact Cowgirl set. It was our second set of KidCore dolls, our second set of My Big Sister dolls ever, and that's why we were excited to find it. And I actually have Kelsey's vest still and Jodie's outfit from our childhood set, but I don't know where the rest of the things went. They must have gotten thrown away or sold at the yard sale or something. They have the sweetest artwork. We had this set. We had this set. Aren't they adorable? And you can see they don't have box dates on a lot of these. I will make a collection video at some point of the dolls we've managed to collect, but we might wait a little bit longer. They are so cute, and they're pretty decent quality for what they were. I don't recommend paying loads for them if you see these and you think they're cute. And it should be noted that they actually, some of them were known to have like, I forget what chemical it is, but it was toxic to children. So just so you know, you have to be careful with clone dolls because their safety standards were often different, which would explain why I always felt really nauseous when I was around a lot of them as a kid. And that's one of the reasons why I was wary of getting back into collecting them as an adult. They are so cute. I love them. This brings back so many fond memories. I have another flea market haul, and it's all American Girl clothes. So we found the seller that I got the Krista meat outfit and Kanani meat outfit that I showed in this video. She came back. Now, she said she wasn't going to be there the following weekend. And then last weekend, we weren't able to go to the flea market because when we were on our way there, I just felt like something was off. I turned back home. When I was in the driveway, I popped my hood and I realized there was gas all over the inside of my Jeep. So it's a good thing that I had that feeling, or my engine might have caught fire. Anyway, so that got all straightened out. So this weekend we were finally able to go, and everything was cheaper. Every article of clothing was only $1. So that's why we bought certain like duplicated items. For instance, Colleen has Molly's ice skating outfit, but hers is more picked at, because she got a cheaper one on eBay because it was heavily played with. And then I have Samantha meat dresses for all my dolls, but the one that came on my childhood doll, Luca, the one I got for my birthday in 1998, her dress has seen better days. And then also, like, Bethan wears the dress that I got on Nellie, so I was thinking of Bethan when I grabbed this because this is really nice. This is obviously like newer than her time. It's like from the 2000s. It's probably around the same era as like my 04 Samantha's meat dress, but it even has the bow. And then I got Jess's clothes. I saw them last time, but for $1 each I couldn't say no. My Jess meat outfit's pretty nice, but this is one of my favorites in my whole collection. But Colleen noticed that her swimsuit set, this is nicer than the one I have, which isn't in bad condition at all, but it's nice. And then I didn't know that she had Kaylee things, so this is Girl of the Year 2003 Kaylee's meat dress and her swimsuit. She didn't have the one-piece wetsuit, but she had the two-piece one, which I like better, and this is the meat dress, which is gorgeous. She had Kanani's pajamas, and I got those shorts that I accidentally left behind last time we went. And this is one of Mia's shirts. I actually saw the pants, but I didn't know that they went to it, so maybe she'll be there next weekend. Mia's meat top and skirt I recognized. I wasn't sure if this was Mia's because it had a embroidered snowflake. That's why we grabbed these two items, but this is just my American Girl. It's Snowy Chic outfit. And then I really liked this. I wasn't sure what it was, but this is the Sea Breeze outfit. I saw the hat, so I want to get that if I can next time. This is from a pajama set. This is from a Girl of Today outfit. This is actually a lot older than some of the items. This retired, I think, in 2002. And these go to the Star hoodie outfit that I've had the hoodie to for a million years. So I was glad to see those. And then this is the swimsuit top that goes to the bottom. Was accidentally grabbed last time. I was very excited. We got all these clothes for like $25. So I've been going around dusting my dolls because they need it. Surprisingly, my Bratz shelves don't really get very dusty. I think it's where they are in the room. So I don't have to do them as frequently. It is a little bit difficult when the cats are on the bed, making it hard for me to put them there. But I thought I would show you where I put some of my newer Bratz from this past year, because my displays are pretty crammed, so part of why I'm doing this is so I could make room. So I have my GCDS Sasha and Yasmin there. And then on my shelf that's got my twins and families and my secret date dolls, I put my Jimmy, Paul, Never, and Roxy because they're also a couple. I did have to take off their coats and boa, Roxy's boa, because Never has such huge hair and my displays are so like packed that it was just a safety hazard. Like, she was protruding out so much and she couldn't sit in that coat. So I really love their outfits underneath even more than I love the coats, so I'm cool with that. So I've come up with a very systematic process of dusting these shelves by myself because I do have a lot of dolls. Obviously I can't dust everything in one day, but I try to dust things in a fairly close time frame to one another. My Bratz shelves actually don't really get very dirty. Just the top one, because of my ceiling fan, it was running during most of the summer, and you can see the cats here were hanging out on my bed, and their little cat crumbs and pet dander gets picked up by the fan, and so sometimes there will be some cat hairs on my top shelves. But in my other room, I only have to dust maybe once a year on my main Bratz shelf because it's a low traffic area and it just doesn't get dusty. I was dusting them too not long after this clip was filmed, and I could barely even see dust. So also I wiped down my shelves really good in the wall behind them and the top of my bed, and you can see here I have the dolls laid out in a specific way. So first I take all of the dolls that are sitting in the front down and I lay them in the exact order I take them off the shelf, and then I take all of the standing dolls and put them in a different spot. It was kind of hard to work around the cats because they did not want to leave my bed. So that way, once I'm done dusting, I can put them up in the exact spots they were before. This just makes it easier for me because there's so many dolls, and I've found over the years which ones stand better and how I like them to look next to one another and who sits better, etc. But if I was resetting my shelves, which I did last year when I deep cleaned everybody, and by deep clean I mean yes, undressed every single doll, washed all of their clothes, washed all of their hair, reboil washed them, and then dressed them all back up again, and I did do some reorganizing. But generally speaking, just for maintenance, I keep them in the same order. I don't get many Bratz dolls these days just because they don't put out many currently, and I don't find them secondhand often whatsoever. It's mostly dolls I already have on the rare chance I see them. But I really enjoy dusting them. It's a fun way to bond, and it's nice to be able to look at all of these cute little faces. So I am going to close out this episode of Dolly Diaries because I have plenty of footage. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.